Are you thinking about moving to Freehold Township, New Jersey? Well, stick around. I might have the video for you. Today we're checking out two different neighborhoods that are located in Freehold. One's going to be Colts Glen, which we're staying inside of right now on the east side. Another one's going to be College Park, which is going to be on the west side of Freehold. We'll talk about the differences between living on either side of them, the proximity to the beach, commute to work, and all those type of things. But before we get started, if it is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. On the Live in Central Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you're the first one to know what's going on in your Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get the video started. And before we dive heavily into the just neighborhoods themselves, a little bit about just Freehold in general. It's a very desirable location here in Monmouth County. It's going to be located on the more western part of Monmouth versus the Jersey Shore and the eastern side. It's great because if you're looking to commute to either Philadelphia or New York City, you'll have different options to do so depending on exactly where you live. Plenty of shopping with the Freehold Raceway Mall and up and down Route 9. Nice little downtown area in Freehold Borough. So you got some different restaurants. You can go outdoor eating, especially during the warmer times of the year. So overall, it has so many different things. Great school systems, and it's a part of the Freehold Regional High School District, which we'll kind of get to a little bit later on in the video as well. But awesome. It's just a great place to live. I actually grew up in Freehold myself and big fan of it. So we're at our first development of the day, and that's going to be Colts Glen. This is on the eastern part of Freehold, and it's actually going to be very close to where it borders with Colts Neck and Marlborough, pretty much where all three townships intersect. The development itself was built, say, like the mid to late 1970s, maybe a little bit creeping into 1980s. So all the homes are going to be about 40 to 50 years old. Sorry if you hear the dog barking in the background there. Price point wise, you're gonna be looking between about $750 and $950. So it's not the cheapest by any means, but kind of where the price point now is for Freehold when you're entering into a single family development. So I would say between about $600 to $650 is probably like you'll still need to do some work to the home. $700 to $750 is when you start to really find some stuff that's moving ready. And that's just what we've seen here in Monmouth County over the last couple of years. Beds and bats wise, anywhere between 3 and 5. It's really going to depend on the style of the home. What's nice about this development is you're going to get a couple different ones where you have colonials, split levels, ranches, bi-levels too. So pretty much all four of those are going to be like your main styles of homes here. So in terms of commuting into New York City, you kind of have a couple different options you can take. Mainly just the bus and driving yourself. The train, there isn't going to be one here in Central Jersey, so you have to drive either to another location or along the Jersey Shore, or if you go north into South Amboy, you can do it that way. Otherwise, from here, the easiest route if you're driving yourself would just be taking Route 18, which is steps away. You literally turn out of this development and you're pretty much right there. And taking Route 18 to Route 9 up to the Garden State Parkway or Turnpike and going into New York City that way. And then afterwards, if you want to take the bus, a couple different options here. You can take Route 18 up to Route 9 in Old Bridge, then you can hop on a parking ride from there. Or if you just want to go a little bit farther west in the Freehold towards Route 9 or the Freehold Raceway Mall, probably 10-15 minutes of ride, I would say, and then you can go park your car there and take it in. Either way, it's completely up to you, whichever you prefer, if you want to just drive through Freehold or if you want to just go straight north up into the Old Bridge area. Either way, looking about maybe hour and a half drive, I would say, just accounting for some extra traffic too. If it was just a straight shot, you could probably get there in an hour, but most days you're going to run into some type of fender bender or just backups near the bridges when you get into New York City. In terms of just the amenities in general here, shopping and dining, there's so many different options that you have. Freehold Borough is going to have excellent shops and then restaurants, especially outdoor eating when it gets to the nice warmer summer months like we're kind of dealing with now, making this in the spring. But if it's 60 out and it feels like it's probably like 90 to be honest. It's been pretty cold here recently. And then you have Route 9. It's going to have a bunch of different restaurants and shops. You have the Freehold Raceway Mall, which is about like close to 200 stores when it's at capacity. So literally maybe 10 to 15 minutes away from anything you might need. School system wise, this is going to be different than the west side of Freehold. So even though you technically are districted to, or you are living in Freehold Township, your child would be districted to Freehold Borough High School. They attend Katina Elementary, Eisenhower Middle, Freehold Borough High School. You can, since it is a part of the Freehold, sorry about the wind here, since it is a part of the Freehold Regional High School District, you would be able to attend, or your child would be able to attend any of the 6 high schools, including Freehold Township, Freehold Borough, Howell, Manalapan, Marlborough, or Colts Neck. They'd have to apply to something called the magnet program. That'd be in 8th grade. And if accepted, they'd be going to whichever high school they'd be applying for. So for instance, Colts Neck has the ROTC program, Manalapan has the police and EMS, it's called LEPS, Marlborough the business school, and just so forth, right? They'd get bused in there and everything. They just attend that school entirely. If they ever dropped out of the program though, then they'd be reverted back to their old high school, whichever one you were districted to. It's a very good program. It looks great on college applications, and it's pretty competitive to get into, so it's a big deal. So before we take a neighborhood tour of Colts Glen and then move over to the College Park subdivision, if you guys are looking to either buy or sell in the Freehold area, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out. All my contact information is going to be down low in either the comments or description. So call, text, email, whatever is best for you. That's fine with me. And let's go take a tour of the neighborhood real quick. So now we're at our second location of the day, and that's going to be College Park. This will be on the western side of Freehold, close to Route 537 and on the Delphia Roadway. Now, there are going to be some differences just walking around here versus like the eastern side of Freehold. For instance, let's just talk about price points between the Colts Glen development and this one. Here, they probably start around $850-ish on the low end, and they do. I know this is supposed to be for under $1 million, but they do go up to about $1.2 million. So it all kind of depends on which model you get of these homes. They go between 3 and 5 bedrooms. So the 5-bedroom ones are pretty much going to have to be in a seven-figure range regardless. I sold one recently last year, 4-bedroom, went for $975. So even that was kind of getting close to that $1 million range. So all kind of depends a little bit. The square footage of them, while Colts Glen pretty much topped out about 2,500 square feet, these will begin around there and then go upwards about 4,000, and plus you can then finish your basement. Lot size is probably about the same size, half an acre, maybe 3/4 acre, depending on maybe what kind of lot you get, if it's a corner versus one's kind of sandwiched in between two of them. So a couple of little differences and nuances there. College Park was developed back in the late 90s, early 2000s, so they're going to be a little bit more newer versus the Colts Glen development. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they were done by Toll Brothers. It looks like their style pretty much, which means like brick face, colonial. So there's going to be a lot more, not as much variety here, at least on the exterior of homes, and like the different models versus the ones we saw over Colts Glen, where you had bi-levels, split levels, and all that kind of stuff. This is mainly just going to be like your colonials, kind of an idea right there for you. So, ironically, also called College Park because all the streets are going to be named after colleges. I think right now I'm on Rutgers Way, but they have Cornell, Princeton, Harvard, so kind of a little bit of a tidbit on that note. And on the amenity side of things, I would say shopping, dining, all that kind of stuff is going to be very similar. You will be closer to Route 9 here and the Freehold Raceway Mall. So that's pretty much your main differences. You got the iPlay America, which is going to be an indoor amusement park. Again, closer to that slightly, but that's about it. Same distance from the borough with all the outdoor restaurants and that kind of thing. So nothing too crazy on that end. School-wise, like I mentioned before, your child would then attend different middle and elementary school, and also high school. This would be districted to Freehold Township versus Freehold Borough on the eastern side of Freehold. So that's pretty much your main differences. Commuting-wise, too, you would use Route 9 to go up north, and being that you're closer to that, you can either drive yourself or take the bus. Did forget to mention before, driving yourself now, at least currently as I'm making this video, we have congestion tolls. So New York City, the MTA, threw on hefty tolls for anyone that's going to be driving into the city in order to just basically reduce emissions, reduce traffic, and all that kind of stuff. Apparently it's working. My father-in-law actually commutes every day and says he's shaved about like a half hour off this commute now. So that's a good thing. But again, if you drive yourself, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than taking the bus. So if you don't mind public transportation, that might be a little bit cheaper of an option for you. But otherwise, relatively status quo with all the other kind of stuff. So overall, like I said, Freehold is an excellent township to be going to, especially if you're someone that's going to be raising a family. The school districts are excellent. You will be paying for it in taxes. There's no doubt about that. If you want more information on Freehold, just in general, I've done other videos on it, like things to know, pros and cons. make sure I link them down below. I think I did a map tour on it too. So just a little bit more of an explanation on the kind of stuff I talked about today, like the school districts, the commutes to work, the time differences, and like all that kind of stuff. So like I said, I'll have them linked down below. If you're looking to move to the area though, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. So whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even a year out, doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. If you're looking to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out 2 videos popping up, and hopefully I'll be able to too. Have a great day.